I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. Lights in the night away. Lights in the night away. I take a whiskey drink. I take a pistol drink. SG sings the songs that remind us of the good times. We sing the songs that remind us of the bad times. You guys awake? Yeah, you will be. So just kidding. Wake up. Sharon puts on a little makeup. Why'd you put your finger in your eye? I wanted to. Why's your eyelash on? Wait, I can't even say it. Why's your eyelash on the table? Shitty glue. Sung to the tune of Chop Suey. System of a Down. You wanted to. Anyway. I saw something that I thought, that's kind of weird. And I do know that I did play some audio of this person the other day, but I mean, it's pretty late, obvious that there's multiple, live streams bashing and lying about me from this person. And so using their audio the other day was just to make a point of the hypocrisy of the person so people didn't get fooled. And as for the other thing, Swiss and you yourself, Sharon, you guys play my stuff all the time. All the time. That was recorded while I was, live. So, yeah, like, come on. Be for real. Even that day, the audio that Swiss was playing prior to, all of that going down was I went and I privated, shitload of videos just to, fuck her up. But nah, she had already recorded any members, anything. She had already had. She don't give it a rest. Like, really? Don't be trying to F around and find out. I'll wait to see if you guys are interested in what I want to talk about, which is what's in the title, by the way. In case people aren't familiar with that, go familiarize yourself with it, because I forgot to grab a little bit of backstory. But Cindy, I did notice your title. Now, what is this list you're talking about? I have a list of dumb pucks. I mean, like, what is that? What what are you talking about? Like, what is this you're talking about? So just let me get this straight. You're not a member, so you didn't hear it yourself. So you don't know exactly what you're saying, but somebody sent you something and told you that. So then you decided you'd go around to different live streams and tell people that to instigate things. Now. Do you remember your resource video? Could have been a nice gesture. But you don't get to call me a grifter and a liar and then give me resources for cancer support if you think that I'm lying about cancer. You don't, you see, you don't get it both ways. You don't get to pick and choose. Well, actually, obviously you are. You never, ever came off as somebody who was a friend to me after a certain point, which was, when you made your video about like me and Bobbles. This was like a year, oh, I don't know, probably over a year, I'm sure, but one of your ASMR ones, and you're whispering, and you've got Vern tagged in there, and then you were up on his panel, and you keep blaming me for this, you know, Cindy stupidity thing. I didn't call you that. That was your friend Bobbles called you that. I didn't call you that. If somebody said it in my room, that doesn't mean that's how I felt. But take a look at your live streams over the last over a year. Go take a look at them. You're doing nothing but bashing the shit out of me. So now I see you over there saying that you went to, a person who, is very well liked in the community, Angel Baby, and started talking shit in there. And you're like, she's got this list of people and blah, 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 blah. Like, what is your point of that live stream that you're having, Cindy? Why is my name in the title? What is this list? Your toilet paper length list? What are you talking about? Like, if you didn't like the commentary that I did the other day, just in a, to place two videos you made within 3 months of each other in juxtaposition and compare how, it's either or. I mean, if I was you, I would be saying, that was pretty shitty when I listened back and said, wow, I was saying we should provide support to people, you know, fighting for sobriety, and then your videos. That was just something for you to be able to self-reflect upon. Now, it's not my problem if you think you're perfect. So why is my name in your title? Unless you're going to apologize to me, then you thinking that, oh, after all you've been through, after, oh, you're talking about your children, your deceased, all that, but you had no problem when it was being done to me. So I'm thinking those feelings are just as, solid as your thoughts on how people in, trying to fight, or whatever, have sobriety should be treated as well. I'm thinking that your word is shit. I mean, I'm sure I could put, two. I mean, whether you like me or not, you did see everything that went on. You saw everything, and the first person you like are hanging out on their panel with, that really, I don't even know what I did to you when you decided to go swing it with Vern. Uh, was somebody who threatened to behead me, who says clearly admits, but I did say a lot of fucked up when I was, before, stuff like that. So clearly, he even self-admittedly says it. He was in it. I mean, seriously. But to see you and hear you say, I don't talk about SG, but remember when I was in your live the other day and I was saying about SG? Like, why are you talking about me at all? I know why I would mention you, because look at your videos and your live streams and what you've said about me. You've called me a grifter, yet given me resources from cancer charities that I'd have to prove I had cancer for. So either, which is it? I mean, which is it? Now a lot of them want to go, I believe she had cancer before, but not now. Listen, that's bullshit that they believed before. They haven't fucking been peaceful or, whatever. It don't matter. That's fine. I have no problem moving on from the stuff. But could you tell me what video that was in, Cindy, so I can find that? That is a good idea to maybe look into doing a podcast, because for myself, I understand people liking talk radio, and I also know that I do actually like look and research for topics and stuff, and I just wanted to address that particular topic with Cindy because I like Angel Baby very much, and I don't want her to, feel any kind of way or anything, because I don't know what list she's talking about, but perhaps if Cindy at some point could provide me with at least the title of the video, I I got no problem like listening to myself. And if that was, I know she didn't say you were included in that. I do know that, but I just you know, don't recollect. But if I did call, her or e-beggars dumb fucks, hmm, if the toilet paper wipes, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not trying to be mean, but e-beggars, I don't even know. I didn't even look at your community post. I didn't even look at Sharon's talking about eating bugs and stuff like that. I really didn't. But the podcast thing sounds like a good idea, because I really enjoyed the earlier live stream. I know that there is ways that people like, there's channels where they can react to songs. So I'd like to try to figure out how they are able to do that, and is that like, if their stuff gets monetized for that, or if it's like basically just based on, the kindness of strangers, knowing that they're actually, I don't know. I have no clue. Something I'd like to look into, because I did really enjoy the chat earlier. Was good. I thought so. Anyway, I also know that a lot of people who watch probably have things they'd like to, throw into the mix of the conversation if it's a topic that they're knowledgeable on or anything like that. But feel free to. I've asked my mods not to, be quick to delete it. If it's a new account, as long as the name isn't somebody else's, or the picture, or they don't come, don't come in being derogatory, things like that. We do understand protecting yourself from um, people on social media. We get that, really do. Once again, I will suggest that people don't use their real names, or as you can see, that was a lot of people mess up when they're creating their accounts, because maybe they want to make a comment or upload a video. I did this. I used my real name. I did. Didn't know that it was going to be, you know, like a drop of blood in like a cesspool of sharks. But there's a lot of good people on my stream, and I do hear, and I'm sorry, I do see and hear a lot of people will talk about something that I had, talked about in a live stream, and it's cool that they're watching, even though they claim to be, haters, because it seems like they want to contribute to conversations, but they don't, because I don't know, maybe we've got some history together where we just like each other. Well, then be somebody else. It's fine. You can reinvent yourself here if you'd like. If there is topics, otherwise, I do need a research assistant. Because I wanted to look this up of how to pronounce Diddy. Okay, I'll spell it. I know nobody's gonna tell me how to pronounce it. I did want to look it up. I did. I was gonna listen to audio of how to pronounce it. D, as in David. I, D, Y, M as in Mary. O, S as in Sam. Didyma, like, would it be tidy, or would it be Didyma? Didyma. Didymas? No. I should have listened to it. I wanted to listen to audio to pronounce it correct. Didymus? No. Didymos? 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 You guys killing me. You guys drunk? Too drunk to type? Clearly it says on the title what I was planning on talking about, so Yes. Something religious. Not religious, it's just big faith, I guess. Didymus? Didymus. Didymus? We could be here all day with this. I am going to look into the podcast thing, because pointless really to have, like, hmm? I'll let you know if I figure out how to say it. Didymus. Didymus. Yeah, I just went and looked there. Thank you, Novia. Didymus. Didymus. Yes. That's what I got too. Didymus. Woo! Yay. Still here? Takes me a while. Didymus. Didymus J. I feel like, okay, I'm really confused. I really hope somebody is here that can answer my questions. Novia, Zemka, any, who else? Who else could answer my questions? Can you hear me? I don't even know. Yes, the Gospel of Thomas. Yes. Now, they call him Didymus Judas Thomas. They're the only authenticated ones, right, to be from that time. So, and when he talks about, like, he's having a conversation with Jesus, to refer to him as Judas, right? Does Judas, the name Judas, does that mean something? Like, Jesus means, remember we were looking it up the other night, Son of Man, Son of the Father. Yeah, there's a lot of confusion with the. But does it mean something? Like, like how Jesus meant, like, is there a definition to it that's made it a common name? Like it was like almost descriptive in a sense? Hey, interesting. Isn't that interesting? And they took the name, and Didymus is Greek too. And they took the name and basically, but Jesus means son of, like, because uh, Barabbas was Jesus Barabbas too. Like, I feel like it was. But what about Thomas? Like, is that Greek too? Like, that's just like a regular name. But nowadays, nobody would want to be called Judas because it's like not praised. That is so weird, isn't it? These are the secret sayings which the living Jesus spoke, and which Didymus Judas Thomas wrote down. Seems like a lot of the names had something to do with God, right? And he said, whoever finds the interpretation of these sayings will not experience death. Jesus said, let him who seeks continue seeking until he finds. When he finds, he will become troubled. When he becomes troubled, he will be astonished, and he will rule over the all. It's capitalized too, the A. I wonder if it was like that when they found it in the scrolls, capitalized. Now I know that Nepatrish and Prudently and Honeybees and Simca and Nobias know a lot about the Bible. I know that, Simca and Nobias have no trouble like coming in, but if the other people that, and Janelle too, Janelle as well, um, this isn't exactly the Bible because it's not in the Bible, because it wasn't found till 1945. How ironic too, right? Like the timing of it, no BS. Jesus said, if those who lead you say to you, see, the kingdom is in the sky, then the birds of the sky will precede you. If they say to you, it is in the sea, then the fish will precede you. Rather, the kingdom is inside of you, and it is outside of you. When you come to know yourselves, then you will become known, and you will realize that it is you who are the sons of the living Father. But if you will not know yourselves, you dwell in poverty, and it is you who are that poverty. I like that. Then you will become known. And I think they mean to yourself, right? I think it's pretty obvious that there was something, but I think it's not for us to know like what made everything or who or how or why. I think we're supposed to just praise it and appreciate, and that when we're looking for the kingdom somewhere else and not knowing that it's inside of us, that now that's like kind of like that thing that I played where the lady had that near death experience. No way, no BS. Oh my God, who was? Oh my God. but that lady that she was a nurse and she kept going into hyper something shock, hyper electric, you know what I'm talking about. And she said that like yeah, and from 1945. I mean, you know that they knew. That's what they say about a lot of Van Gogh paintings too. That the people had so many of them, they were just like throwing them out and stuff. Terrible. Jesus said, "The man old in days will not hesitate to ask a small child 7 days old about the place of life, and he will live. For many who are first will become last, and they will become one and the same." I read that, or yeah, that the Hebrew, that it's, is it written in Hebrew or Aramaic? But I heard that, yep, I heard that too. No, yes, and I heard that, well, for them to, oh, weird, huh, Nobia? That any like, 13-year-old boy doing his bat mitzvah could read them because it's the same, language that they were using way back then. Like, so it's like the tradition taught on to keep that language alive and everything. I was actually reading about another Indians again, where like the Kickapoo, and man, you just don't find much on the history of the American Indians because I feel like they don't want people to see. Right, but it didn't, right? I know what you mean. But yeah, the Kickapoo, I mean, like they just kept having to leave everywhere. Kind of sad. Seems like that was the gist of all of the Indians. Sad. They had them just end up fighting each other. Wasn't it like a library, like um isn't that where like the term men of letters, is that what it's called? Like they were almost like librarians and scribes then. And not easily either, no. Ain't that something? I love museums. That's another that's sad thing about war is, man, the things that get destroyed. How? This is, my God, it's just so terrible to destroy these things of such value. And I don't mean monetarily, I mean they mean stuff. It's just, Jesus said, recognize what is in your sight, and that which is hidden from you will become plain to you. For there is nothing hidden which will not become manifest. Why did that get, did something happen to that? Novia? And oh God, I know. I actually was going to do an Alexander the Great because I do want to do the Maccabees. Because I don't know why they took that out. Do you know why they would take that out of the Bible? I mean, that's the part of the Bible that convinced me that the Bible was like legit a recording of history, because they speak of, it talks about Alexander the Great, talks about Ptolemy. I mean, real historical figures, and it's just, yeah. If you see a good version of Maccabees, could you like turn me on to that? Because yeah, it is. It's so great. Ugh, it really is. I mean, it's like some of the stuff you read, you're like, but here's this and this. The Gospel of Thomas is not in there because they didn't know it existed. They hid it really well, and it's the one that is the most. It was the one that was authenticated, right, Nobia, to be from that time. Yeah, but is it? Yeah, I'll look for it. Uh, Gospel of Thomas. He says his disciples questioned him and said to him, "Do you want us to fast? How shall we pray? Shall we give alms? What diet shall we observe?" Thanks a lot, Tucker. Oh, really? Okay, I'll read that one too then. Jesus said, "Do not tell lies, and do not do what you hate. For all things are plain in the sight of heaven. For nothing hidden will not become manifest, and nothing covered will remain without being uncovered." Do they have the same things in the Bible, like the same, because when it says his disciples questioned him. So there's probably some kind of gospel, according to somebody, right? That is comparable to the same like stuff but then again, is it though? Is there? Because that was interesting. If there's a book in the Bible where it's comparable to this, then it would kind of authenticate that this conversation happened amongst his disciples, and this just wasn't found. So, or wait a minute, what happened to Thomas after he, doubted him? In case anybody doesn't know, Thomas is the one who doubted that Jesus was dead, right? I might have too many questions. So, okay, okay. I also remember hearing something like, I don't know if this is true or not, something about there being like mummified alligators and stuff like that. I don't know if this is true with scrolls and also they destroyed them. Get out. I wonder if there is bombs left over from that. Did they were bomb? I mean, Jesus said, "Blessed is the lion which becomes man when consumed by man, and cursed is the man whom the lion consumes, and the lion becomes man." But people didn't eat lions, right? They were scared, but look, I would do that. There was like maybe like a den of bears all sleeping, and they wake up, and I'm all like, I snuck in. They're spooning me. I'm their Teddy SG. Well, maybe I should go wear like one of those onesie bear suits, though, like just to, I don't want to frighten them, but you know what I'm saying? Hey, OBS, did you ever get to hear the recording I played last night before I put it in members only? I'll have to email it to you. Oh, there's a lot of confusion in this. What he's saying, like, ooh, you didn't. I'll send it to you. Man, you'll freak out. But I don't want to dirty up the Gospel of Thomas with playing it right now. But then what made me think of it is like we're talking about the Gospel of Thomas and history and stuff like this, right? Good stuff. And if I clicked play on that recording, right? If I clicked play on it, I bet you it would shoot up to like 50 or 60 listening, because that's what they want. They don't, they show themselves. They show themselves. And that is how they should realize that's how they can know themselves. Like it's saying right here, that's how they can know themselves. They're like, oh, they're talking about, like where, okay, so say it's, I recorded it, or someone did when it was live. When it was live, recorded it. The whole debacle between Babalina Buddha and myself on Piss Misses. And Sharon was saying, people ain't supposed to do that. No, 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 no. They were already playing my members only stuff. And that wasn't a members only. At the time, it was public and it stayed public for a while. So, uh-uh. Oh, you haven't anymore, because I'll send it for you. You shall see. You should. But I made a deal with somebody, so my friend, not somebody online, my friend, that I'm trying a different direction. So, you know what? No, yes. So this all happened in 1945, where they were finding all this stuff. Is that what you said? Like right after the, World War II, like, and they had done all that to, the Jews and stuff, all those bad, bad things. And then they found this, right? I feel like that's like a sign. Because isn't this the only that's been authenticated? It's been authenticated that as he was speaking, Didymus, Judas, Thomas was writing this down. They authenticated it to come from those times. So it's pretty sure he was, writing it down. Oh, 1948. Okay. So exactly that. I gotta run downstairs while you wait for me. You could keep doing that, putting all that information in there. I'll be right back. Thank you, Superwoman. I'll be right back. Keep No BS company, please. Appreciate you being here, both of you. so cold. Oh my God. No one ever loves Tony. No one ever loves Tony. Oh my God, that is so funny. I gotta read you guys this conversation. Oh, your mom was a Sunday school. Thank you so much, Superman. My mom was a Sunday school teacher. Was she a teacher also, like, or his stuff, or him? Either or. You were that well. She couldn't tame me. I started running away Sunday mornings because before she was up. Where would you go? I love that Tony on your channel. That is so funny. Oh, hey, you guys. I like Cracky myself. Got a beating and did it again the next week. uh, yeah, I think that is so talented. Oh, so you would just hide and then be at home while she was there? Oh, that's funny. I'm telling you, Superwoman. I swear to God, I will go back and watch some of her, and then I get in this fucking binge watching of them that I've seen already. I've seen them, and I just die laughing. Some of them, I'm like, oh my God, because I know that she does them like in context, right? Word for word, like verbatim. And I'll be blown away by like, wow, I can't even believe that they said that. And you know, they're verbatim. I mean, my God, they're so funny. I'm just gonna say I do like the voice that you use for Sharon. It's funny. It cracks me up. It always seems like it's unended sentences. It's actually like more calm than she is, I feel, because usually she's like yelling stuff. But so funny, so funny. This is the one with Irv. Sweetums. That microwave. Oh my God, too funny. So funny. It is an excellent channel. It is so. Oh my God, I feel like you could be famous in my opinion. Honest to God. Plus, you're super smart. so so I want to try to figure some of these out. So okay, when it says for nothing hidden will not become manifest. So I know what I feel like what manifest means, but can I have like an exact definition? Nothing hidden will not become manifest, and nothing covered will remain without being uncovered. Do they mean inside of somebody or actions and all of that? Oh, because it says, okay, for all things are plain in the sight of heaven. Now, they do not capitalize heaven. Okay. So they do not capitalize heaven. Jesus said, blessed is the lion, which becomes man when consumed by man. And cursed is the man whom the lion consumes, and the lion becomes man. What does that mean? Wouldn't that mean people were running around then, like, eating lions? Because that would give, like, the... that to me, like, I would read that as, okay, so if, yeah, I'm pretty cursed if, like, I get eaten by a lion, but, you know, I just don't... Blessed is the lion which becomes man when consumed by man, and cursed is the man whom the lion consumes, and the lion becomes man. Blessed is the lion which becomes man when consumed by man. Does that mean, like, the pride or the strength of them? Blessed is the lion which becomes man when consumed by man, and cursed is the man whom the lion consumes, and the lion becomes man. I don't get it. Really? But he wouldn't eat man. Cursed is the man whom the lion consumes. Okay, next one. We'll figure that one out if anybody's got any thoughts on what that is. The symbolism of the lion carries through to Jesus in several ways. One is that the lion is the symbol of the house of Judah, and Jesus is a descendant of the house of Judah. Still don't get it. I still don't get it. We'll work on that one. If anybody has any idea or anything, or they find it, Jesus also understood that he would be a king, and therefore the symbol would make sense. Oh, king. Okay. But does this mean like somebody's gonna eat somebody literally, or like, like symbolically? And he said, the man is like a wise fisherman who cast his net into the sea and drew it up from the sea full of small fish. Among them, the wise fisherman found a fine large fish. He threw all the small fish back into the sea and chose the large fish without difficulty. Whoever has ears to hear, let him hear. Oh. So do you think that means, like, okay, bad to take the bigger fish, or and like throw back the little fish? Superwoman, you still here? Come on, you guys, interject here. Speak up with us. No BS doesn't bite. I might, but it's okay. Like, is that bad or good? Like, what is he saying about that? Okay, well, I don't then. Well, is that bad or good? Like, they wouldn't want all the small fish, they would only want the large fish? Like, meaning, okay, here, okay, we'll go back. The man is like a wise fisherman who cast his net, oh, what he calls him wise, though, who cast his net into the sea and drew it up from the sea full of small fish. I get it. He throws the small fish back in because they're babies and they'll get bigger and then he can eat them later. Right? The man is like a wise fisherman who cast his net into the sea and drew it up from the sea. Yes, sir, in Sardinia. From the sea full of small fish. Among them, the wise fisherman found a fine large fish. He threw all the small fish back into the sea and chose the large fish without difficulty. Whoever has ears to hear, let him hear. So I think they mean that if he took it all, there'd be nothing. So find, like what's worth keeping and then leave some for everybody else, something like that. I like anchovies. I kind of like sardines, but I'm not big on skin or bones, so yeah, let them grow big. Yeah, let them grow big. Okay, so we figured that one out. We're still kind of stuck on 7, but okay. Next one. In England, there was kippers. There, I think those are like herons, aren't they? Like smoked herons, like smoked fish. Look at me, Emma. Yeah. That's my fish sound when I'm calling a fish. Come here, fish. It would be cool if like a fillet of fish came running out at me. Mmm. Kippers. When I was little, I would eat. They were called winkles. They're periwinkle snails. When I lived in England, they boil them, and you take a needle or a pin or something, and you pick off the little snail door, and then you pull it out, and it's curly, and you eat it. Yes, periwinkle snails. Not like I just chewed them up with the shell on and stuff. It's a thing over there. They're called winkles. I wouldn't eat one now, probably. I mean, I could be tempted, probably, if I was in England. I also used to eat cockles. Cockles. Look those up. Not escargot. Not big like that. Ooh. Ooh. Couldn't even imagine. See, those ones would remind me of Gary and stuff from SpongeBob. Escargot is? Is it slimy? Do you chew it? I love Market Day in England. What is a bivalve? Kind of looks like a heart. Maybe that's why they say you warm the cockles of my heart. Because something to do with a heart? Sharon said I should have been watching her, like, over 18, whatever, X-rated Family Feud, because I probably would have learned something. Nah, but I was surprised because one of the questions was, name something that you might get oral with, and popsicle wasn't on there, but not that I would, but for me, I'd probably say, like, corn on the cob. Corn on the cob. Corn on the cob. Coral clams are a bivalve. Soft body marine animals that have two shells called valves that they can open and close. They have two shells? Wait a minute. Two shells? Two shells? Oh, you mean open and close. Oh, I get it. Like they open and close. I see what you mean. Oh, would you get him again, Superwoman? Open and close. Nothing to do with the heart. But a heart does open and close. Why would they say if somebody warms the cockles of their heart? Scallops are good too. You like bay or sea scallops? I kind of like sea scallops better than bay, but I take any of it, I swear. You know what kind of annoys me though is a lot of times now, some of the stuff is like that fake fish. What's it called? Oh my god, what is it called? Polis? Polis? I know that, not, that Peter Polis. What was his name? Something Pollock. Scallops have 200 eyes? No way. Scallops have 200 eyes? So they can, like, see nothing but the inside of their shell. Oh, they open up their shell, and then they see somebody coming and they, like, close their shell, and I want to get a pet seahorse. I used to believe that those sea monkeys were real, but they're not. They're brine shrimp, I believe. But the way they made them look in the cartoon, like in the comic books, and you could order them, along with that hovercraft, which they made look pretty dang cool too. Remember the hovercraft? I mean, really? Why wouldn't I want a hovercraft? Oysters are good. Oysters are good. Okay, let me tell you different ways you can have them. First of all, I don't like really big, huge oysters. Um, but if there's enough vodka on them, and so you get like good vodka, one cheap, right? So if they're like oysters on a half shell, so you got your I know. Thanks a lot. Why did she tell us about that? That's exactly what my mind went to, Superwoman. I can't even think about it anymore. I'm not even gonna think about it. How many eyes do bay scallops have? I feel like there's a string of eyes. Please, 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 please. What string of eyes are? Oh God! Now you got me wanting to kind of go look at what a scallop's eyes look like. Wow. Right now, I'm kind of like, I'm really tempted to go see what it's, but I don't want to because I'm picturing like a string of Christmas lights, but they're all eyes, which is, that's pretty creepy. Oh, blue eyes set in the mantle. Not actually on the scallop, just the margin of the shell. Well, what about bigger scallops? Are you sure that they're not wrapped around the scallop like Christmas lights? Now, how did you have them, Superwoman? You know, did you have Superwoman underoos? Not that you need to tell me if you don't want to, but I was Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman! I'll get you with my golden lasso. Lasso or lasso? What is it? Lasso? My rope. Wow. So they can look all around then and see what? And then what are they going to do? Close the shell? So none of the other animals eat them because of the shell. They don't want to eat their shells, right? Same reason hermit crabs live in same reason. But they will eat a crab, won't they? Like, not a scallop, but I'm saying like, or are they looking out for food themselves? What do they eat? Brine shrimp, sea monkeys? Look how much we learn in this. This is good, learning stuff here. She must be behind in the audio, Nobia, so I hope she doesn't, like, when she gets to the underroot part, find me offensive. Put that into a double layered retina. Mm. Are our eyes like that too? Who determined it? I don't like that one. I'll turn this on. It's freaking me out. And yes, I had underoos. Underoos are fun to wear. Some dude named. Oh, I thought you said Lord. Some dude named Lord. Now, we're done with the fishing one. Let's go to this one. Number 9. Jesus said, now the sower went out, took a handful of seeds, and scattered them. Some fell on the road. The birds came and gathered them up. Others fell on the rock, did not take root in the soil, and did not produce ears. And others fell on thorns. They choked the seed, and worms ate them. And others fell on the good soil, and it produced fruit. It bore 60 per measure and 120 per measure. Okay. Okay. So I feel like the sower is God. Okay. And that they're describing like maybe people. It bore 60 per measure and 120 per measure. It produced good fruit. Jesus said, I have cast fire upon the world, and see, I am guarding it until it blazes. Hmm. Hmm. Now, I'm confused with that one. I feel like, okay, so, okay, first of all, I've seen Johnny Appleseed, probably. Johnny Appleseed went everywhere, but I think he came from my area himself. Oh my God, you're talking about Nitty? That's so fucking funny right now. You guys are funny. Here, I'm gonna post all this informative stuff about scallops with their Christmas light eyes. I'm gonna need to. These are all good stuff here. Oh, by the way, Superwoman, you never told me how you tried to eat oysters. They thoroughly enjoy oysters. Thoroughly? Just kidding, sir. I've thoroughly enjoyed food before. Trust and believe. Oysters. Ugh. It came from the stank. That's like a movie title. It came from the stank. Starring Dank Nitty. Sorry. Sorry. Oh, God. Okay. Now, Jesus says this heaven will pass away, and the one above it will pass away. The dead are not alive, and the living will not die. In the days when you consumed what is dead, you made it what is alive. When you come to dwell in the light, what will you do? On the day when you were one, you became two. But when you become two, what will you do? What does that mean? Hi, chicken winner. Can you tell me, chicken winner, can you tell me what that means? He had nose plugs. Oh, dang. He had nose plugs. It came from the. Jesus, can't you tell? We have different Bible studies here. Well, we've learned about scallops, mollusks, bivalves, lots of stuff. Fishing, eating lions, planting seeds, the Dead Sea Scrolls, tossing seeds, biblical stuff. Eureka. Eureka! Oh, God. Oh, God. You asked, chicken winner. This is a good learning experience right here. So, chicken winner. Can you tell me what this means? Jesus said, this heaven will pass away. See, so that's what I mean is like, I really think that this is heaven right here. And I'm not saying there's not one above it, but and the one above it will pass away. Now, how they never talk about hell here, so I'm kind of thinking hell might be the CERN project. Well, I don't think they meant space. I don't think I'm going to space after I die. Heaven, space. Oh, you mean the space in the sky will go? Oh, you mean like just like we'll be gone? Could you imagine? 8 astronauts and the corpse of SG. Will be rocking it off today. We're going to let her go out in space in this capsule. I'm banging on it going, I'm not dead! I'm not dead! Yes, you are. Prumi's like, don't worry about it. You guys, don't listen to her. It's me, I'm throwing my voice. I'm a ventriloquist. Secular and Mr. Tim are there, and they're like, take those space boots off her. I want to get a gander at her feet. Besides, no use wasting good space boots like that. Leave my boots on! It is chicken winter. It is chicken winter. But we're not studying the Bible. We're studying stuff not in the Bible. Like scallops. No, so just kidding. Actually, God made scallops. And I think he made them quite well. And I will eat them now that I know that their eyeballs are on the shell. And once that shell is gone, which I'm not doing it because it's been done, yeah, but we were talking about going forth and creating. Going forth and creating. Talking about sowing seeds was what it was. That kind of thing. If they took my space boots off, I might, slash them with a toenail. Because, I leave them long so I can scale trees to get away from predators. Because I have them. Hoeing. I did. I did. I did. I'm the evil one, as usual. Usual. I said dank nitty, though. I didn't say. I didn't say that person. I said dank nitty, starring in It Came from the Stank. It came from the stank. Not that he did. Dank nitty did it. Does it? Is it? Anyway, back to the Bible. It's not the Bible, though, by the way, you guys. It is the Book of Thomas, Gospel of Thomas. Next one is 12. The disciples said to Jesus, we know that you will depart from us. Who is to be our leader? Jesus said to them, SG. Wherever SG is, you will go to her, for whose sake heaven and earth came into being. I did not know that said that. That explains why they're talking about me and trying to crucify me. No. Kind of mad I read it out loud to everybody because now people know. Dang, let me change it around. I'll change it around. So not to confuse anybody because Jesus said to them, wherever you are, you go to James the righteous, for whose sake heaven and earth came into being. Okay. Somebody tell me who James is, please. James the righteous. Google it. James the righteous. But I don't, Jesus. Thomas did. He's writing it down while Jesus is saying it. But I'll tell you, it says translated by Thomas O. Lambden. Yes, Didymus, Judas, Thomas. Oh, Jesus. Oh, James the right, Jesus. It's his brother? Did you guys know? Did you guys know that? Where'd he live? Now, so I want to know why he says, for whose sake heaven and earth came into being. Huh. Damn, I wish I had good Wi-Fi. I'd look it up. James the Just was the oldest brother of Jesus and a leader of the early Christian community in Jerusalem. He was also called James the Righteous. What happened to him? That's so interesting. Really? So, let me get straight. First of all, why is Christ in Christian? Why is like that? Like, so is this like, was this like a new religion that they created after they crucified Jesus? Yeah, I wouldn't think it would be because they're Jews, right? So his brother was trying to tell him, hey, my brother died, and now there's this religion called Christianity. The name is not Jesus of Nazareth anymore. It's Jesus Christ. What does Christ mean? Ah, God, you are such a good research assistant, no BS. Christ, a title by which Christians refer to Jesus. Hmm. Anointed by the lady who put the oil at his feet. It pays knowledge. Pays knowledge. We love knowledge. So, Jesus said to his disciples, compare me to someone and tell me whom I am like. Simon Peter said to him, you are like a righteous angel. Matthew said to him, you are like a wise philosopher. Thomas said to him, Master, my mouth is wholly incapable of saying whom you are like. Jesus said, I am not your master. Because you have drunk, you have become intoxicated from the bubbling spring which I have measured out. And he took him and withdrew him and told him 3 things. When Thomas returned to his companions, they asked him, what did Jesus say to you? Thomas said to them, if I tell you one of those things which he told me, you will pick up stones and throw them at me. A fire will come out of the stones and burn you up. I wonder what he told him. Huh. Jesus said to them, see, and I feel like that's kind of like equivalent to if I tell you that I have to kill you. Jesus said to them, if you fast, you will give rise to sin for yourselves. And if you pray, you will be condemned. And if you give alms, you will do harm to your spirits. When you go into any land and walk about in the districts, if they receive you, eat what they will set before you, and heal the sick among them. For what goes into your mouth will not defile you, but that which issues from your mouth, it is that which will defile you. Okay. So, wow. Wow. That is, and you're right, OBS. That is something right there, huh? So, now I believe, didn't he say that to them when somebody, like, they doubted him and said, you're not keeping the, like, something about, like, washing his hands and stuff like that? Bye, chicken winner. Wow, at 2 a.m. She must be in a booty call. 2 a.m. Mm-hmm. We know, chicken winner. Jesus said, when you see one who was not born of woman, prostrate yourselves on your faces and worship him. That one is your father. Not born of woman. What would that mean? Who was not born of woman? Does he mean not born a woman? What does he mean? Yeah, it says, when you see one who was not born of woman, prostrate yourselves on your faces. I don't know about that, but I mean, I've seen them do that. I'm sure it's not like, they're just like, and worship him. That one is your father. I don't like this book. Use it. Jesus said, men think perhaps that it is peace with which that it is peace which I have come to cast upon the world. They do not know that it is dissension which I have come to cast upon the earth. Can you define that for me? I mean, I know what it means. I really want to be clear. Fire, sword, and war. Sword and war. For there will be 5 in a house, 3 will be against 2, and 2 against 3. The father against the son against the father, and they will stand solitary. Jesus said, I shall give you what no eye has seen, and what no ear has heard, and what no hand has touched, and what has never occurred to the human mind. The disciples said to Jesus, tell us how our end will be. Jesus said, have you discovered then the beginning, that you look for the end? I see that I would agree with, because it seems like, for where the beginning is, there will the end be. Blessed is he who will take his place in the beginning. He will know the end and will not experience death. Jesus said, blessed is he who came into being before he came into being. See, that's where I feel like when they say God knew you before you were born kind of stuff. If you become my disciples and listen to my words, these stones will minister to you. For there are 5 trees for you in paradise, which remain undisturbed, summer and winter, and whose leaves do not fall. Whoever becomes acquainted with them will not experience death. It's kind of weird. What does that mean, not experience death? The disciples said to Jesus, tell us what the kingdom of heaven is like. He said to them, it is like a mustard seed. It is the smallest of all seeds, but when it falls on tilled soil, it produces a great plant and becomes a shelter for birds of the sky. Mary said to Jesus, whom are your disciples like? He said, they are like children who have settled in a field which is not theirs. When the owners of the field come, they will say, let us have back our field. They will undress in their presence in order to let them have back their field and to give it back to them. Undress. Why would they undress? Therefore, I say, if the owner of a house knows that the thief is coming, he will begin his vigil before he comes. Protect yourself, he's saying here. And will not let him dig through into his house of his domain to carry away his goods. You then be on your guard against the world. Arm yourselves with great strength, lest the robbers find a way to come to you. For the difficulty which you expect will surely materialize. Let there be among you a man of understanding. When the grain ripened, he came quickly with his sickle in his hand and reaped it. Whoever has ears to hear, let him hear. I know they were cutting off some ears back then. I remember somebody keeps saying that he put somebody's ear back on. I guess if they sewed back then, somebody could put somebody's ear back on. I just feel like, wow, he's not saying, like, that there's good stuff around, Jesus saw infants being suckled. He said to his disciples, "These infants being suckled are like those who enter the kingdom." They said to him, "Shall we then, as children, enter his kingdom?" Jesus said to them, "When you make the two one." Oh, the soldier that one of his disciples cut his ear off, didn't he? Or something? When they came to get him or something like that? When you make the two one, and when you make the inside like the outside, and the outside like the inside, and the above like the below, and when you make the male and the female one and the same. Hold up. So that the male not be male, nor the female. And when you fashion eyes in the place of an eye, and a hand in the place of a hand, and a foot in the place of a foot, and a likeness in place of likeness, then you will enter the kingdom. That almost sounds like when you make AI. Oh, I don't know. Well, it's not a book. I was going through like things that I had on my phone. Yeah, this doesn't sound like. I mean, like it's like for every woman will make herself male will enter the kingdom of heaven. That's not even. I don't understand that. Is that what it really says? That's weird to me. Whoa, I don't know. You're right. This is me. You're right. I will, I'll have to download. That's not in the Bible, right? No BS, that's not in the Bible. Oh, they took it out? That's fucked up. I'll have to look that one up. One of my favorite books is The Art of Racing in the Rain. I know you guys all know that. That it is one of my favorite. Of the Book of Enoch, I'd have to wait. Like take. I have to download it. I have to download it. I have to download it. Let's see what else I got here. You guys. For you guys, what do I have? What other research do I have here? Oh my god, my cat's driving me crazy right now. Buddy, sit down. Sit. Eat. Just eat. Driving me nuts. I will definitely download it. I will do that. The Revelations one, really? Hold on, I can real quick. I'll look if you want. But you know what? I think that they could make hot air balloons then. Do you know that? I really do. I think they could make hot air balloons. Don't you think it could have been possible? Hold up. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay. Definitely is like something that, I mean, I couldn't get all the information right there. But so, oh, you're tired? Oh, okay. You're tired? Sorry. Um, but it says that it mentions Enoch in a part of the Bible, because it says, described by tradition, who was the father of Methuselah, who they said that he lived to 996. Methuselah. And that always really got me too. Like, it makes me wonder, 996, is it possible that they did have some kind of way where they were living a different kind of way, that they were actually, I mean, if they knew of seasons, right? They must have, do you think that they have seasons there? Like, were they figuring age in a different way? You know? No, they weren't. They didn't have seasons. So how were they keeping age? Like, how were they determining age? That's what gets me. Is that a new one? Or did I miss that one? CW Circus? I don't remember that one. I bet you I'm in it. Am I performing? Did I miss it? Is that new? Nuh-uh. Am I in it? Am I dancing? That was a weird one. Tucker, go check it out. Now, so there was another called the Book of the Watchers. Let's see. Are you Wicked Cricket? No, yes. Are you Wicked Cricket? Yeah, right? No BS? Like, not no BS. I mean, Superman one. Wicked Cricket. You never saw Wicked Cricket? No BS? Is that video still up that Wicked Cricket did? That was pretty funny. Although I really think that they made Sharon look too good. Are you talking about the circus one that OBS did, or the one that Alice in Wonderland one that I wasn't in, which was kind of fucked up? I feel like they made Sharon look too good. I thought it was pretty funny though, Net and Ollie. One of the best though was the Jim Marshall's wife. Oh my god, that video with that puppet of Ollie. I wish I had that. Jim Marshall's wife isn't up anymore, huh? I don't think that's up anymore. Did you guys ever see that video? Oh my God. She should be, I'd be bragging about that. Somebody made a puppet of her. Like that's cool. That is so cool. Did you ever see it? It was the best. It was the best. It was like an actual puppet of Ollie. It was an actual puppet. Yeah, you saw it? No BS. Did you see it? Where she was singing? Wasn't it? Yeah, you saw it. Did you see it, Nobia? Did you guys see it? Hungry eyes. One look at you and in my tights I got hungry eyes. And then it go, because she was driving and had like a cigarette in her mouth and a beer bottle. Oh my God, it was so funny. And her head would hit the steering wheel. And then my daddy always said, you're going to be a star. Oh my God. It was hysterical. Wasn't it so hysterical? In her head, what she beeped the horn. Somebody beeped the horn at her, and she's driving, singing. Oh my God. It was so funny. It was an actual real puppet, no BS. A real puppet of Ollie with like Ollie's audio. Like, dude, I feel like she knew and gave them that audio for that because I don't remember Ollie ever being like that. Although there was a time that I did see her take her covering off her, which was I think like a robe or something, and not Superwoman. Take that. Take that. Wait, okay, okay. Uh, but you should look. It's either a Jim Marshall's wife is what it's called. It was on that one too, where she took her like robe off and yeah, by the channel owner, I think so too. But if you do, you could try to find it. Maybe it came back on Jim Marshall's wife. And then there was also Wicked Cricket you could look for. I think you'd probably have to put it in Wicked Cricket Chosen One Community, maybe. Is that the one where they had the Tom at the end with the Puppet Master stuff? It was good though. I'll definitely have to go through. Oh, it is still up? What? Wicked Cricket or Jim Marshall's wife? That's the best ever video if you ever. If that video is up, oh my God, that's hysterical. That's the best video ever. Oh, Wicked Cricket, yeah, they're good. They did like a cartoon, but I'm not in it. I'm not in it. I'm all bummed out. Uh, that's fine. That's fine. I don't have to be. Oh, and you guys, I'm just dying to play this right now for you guys. My God. I'm dying to play it. But I'm supposed to follow order. Supposed to follow order. I have to just send it. Well, that was usually between like TM and Ollie were always fighting. I'll send it to you and you can watch it. Uh, and Superwoman, if you want, I'll send it to you. TM, well, I don't know your, but it's just I'll send like just a recording of my line because God knows you can't get enough of me. No, sir, just kidding. No, but TM has some really funny videos back then. She did that one on fucking Miss Passion with the boots on her hands or something. Oh my God, or on her sock. Oh, it's just, I don't even know. It's just so funny. Funny shit. Funny shit. Just really keep you guys up. That's not a fart. That's me moving something. Okay. That's not a fart. Not a fart. Not a fart. Oh my God, I'm so dying to play it. You don't even know. Before we go, I'll leave you with a little crime story from a while ago. But this guy, I think he stayed in jail for 9 years waiting for a trial. And the way I feel is like, he is a piece of dirt, so, whatever. But the way they get away with that whole right to a speedy trial thing is by never setting like a protocol for a speedy trial, never really defining what a speedy trial means, so they don't ever have to adhere to it. So a California man who bashed trigger warning, you guys. A California man who bashed his wife's head in, then staged her body on the couch while her children opened their Christmas presents, was convicted Wednesday of second-degree murder. I mean, what accounts for first-degree murder? Like, William Wallace. What a name, too, because, like, that's, William Wallace was Braveheart, but, ooh, I'm sure this guy is nothing like Braveheart. Used blunt force trauma to knock Giselle Preston, 26, unconscious sometime between December 24th and December 25th, 2011, according to investigators. On Christmas morning, Wallace then propped Preston's body on the couch with sunglasses on and proceeded as normal. Mommy ruined Christmas. She got drunk and ruined Christmas, he told the children, according to prosecutors. Preston and Wallace's 7-week-old son lived with them in Anaheim, as well as Preston and Wallace, as well as Preston's children from a previous relationship, 3-year-old and 8-year-old daughters. Okay, good night, Nobia. I'll just finish this. Her oldest daughter, now 17, testified against Wallace, describing what she remembered from that night, including him pushing her mother onto a glass table, then asking the then 8-year-old to help pull glass out of her body. Wallace then dragged Preston into the bathroom and dropped her against the toilet. After she hit the toilet, and I think she was passed away, he just took her to the bedroom and put her down to sleep while she was deceased, the daughter said. That is what I remember because she was cold. It was already cold, though, that quick. That is just sad, man. The next morning, the daughter testified, she and her sister woke up and went into the living room for gifts. Wallace was dragging Preston back out to the couch. I remember trying to touch my mom, and she was just rock hard cold. And I said, Mommy, and she didn't respond, she said. Wow. Senior Deputy District Attorney Heather Brown said that Wallace had a history of domestic violence against Preston. Wow. What a shame. Like, man, what did they do? Give her a paper or, something, nothing to protect? I mean, come on. He had been threatening to kill her for 3 years, Brown said during the trial, according to the Register, and on Christmas he made good on those threats. Preston had been studying to become a domestic violence counselor before her death. Wow. A young mother finally losing her life after years of violence at the hands of her husband is a heart-wrenching tragedy. I feel like they probably could have done more for her, The heartbreak is only exasperated by the fact that her children witnessed much of the violence and were forced to celebrate Christmas in the presence of their dead mother. That is not a Christmas memory any child should be forced to have. Thankfully, Senior District Attorney Heather Brown fought for and achieved justice for Giselle Preston. Well, I don't know about that. We all have an obligation to speak up against violence of any kind, especially domestic, where the victims are so fiercely controlled by their abusers. The cycle of domestic violence is a vicious one, and I want every victim of domestic violence to know that we are not alone. No one should have to live in fear of violence in their own home. Okay. So I agree wholeheartedly with that, and I feel like if they had a history and if there was actual reports on it and things like that, what happened? I mean, justice for her would have been to have locked him up before that occurred. um I'm sure that a little girl that had to do that when she was, those kids, they're probably I mean, scarred like for life. I mean, you know but I do think that things like, when people are scared and terrorized, whether it be domestic or, from social media or anything at all, I feel like it needs to be taken serious. Like people shouldn't be able to make threats and that be called not illegal. It's not, it's not illegal to make a threat. Well, it should be because that's, terrorism, in my opinion. It's terrorizing somebody. It's making them feel, threatened, and they shouldn't have to feel like their only time they'll get justice is after they're not there anymore, or So hopefully, things will get better. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here, and encourage people. If you got children in your life, encourage them. Even if it's, they're not your kids, but, you know, somebody, say, oh, wow, like, talk, be encouraging to know. It doesn't matter what age. Encouragement means everything. Thank you so much, Nobias and Superwoman, for being here, and Chicken Winner. Anyone else who, was listening, I appreciate it. And peace, love, and tacos.